You may ask, what's the point of preserving our natural resources? They grow back, right? Here is a piece of property that people use as pasture land. Since it's not owned by anybody, it's considered open access. The only problem, if nobody owns it, everybody owns it. This piece of land has a carrying capacity of 9 sheep. This means that any more sheep that get on this land are going to cause the land to decrease in its health, and therefore the other sheep are going to decrease in their health as well. The health of the pasture will continue to decrease until all the sheep have died off, or until the carrying capacity is back to its original state. The problem is that people rarely agree on things, especially when it comes to profits and property. Thus we have the tragedy of the commons. Everyone will work in peace for a little while until one person realizes that it's going to be a better profit for him if he decides to add one more sheep to his flock. This means that all of the sheep that are in the pasture are going to decrease in their health. But that really doesn't matter to the farmer who has 4 sheep because he's still making a bigger profit. That means that the other farmers are going to need to add more sheep to make their profits more equalized. So now the farmers are competing in profits and in livestock, and the health of their sheep are going down, as well as the health of the pasture land that all the sheep are on. Boycotting one farmer won't even help because another farmer is just going to come in and take his place, since it is free land, since no man owns it. The land will finally just become barren. Since the land is open access, there is no excludability, and there is no technical cooperation because no one has to listen to anybody. Private ownership is when one person or a business owns a piece of land. If he adds an extra sheep, the carrying capacity is going to cause the health of the sheep to go down, so he won't do it because he's going to protect his own property. This means that the excludability and the cooperation are going to work together in private ownership. Now, private ownership works in America quite well. However, if you have an area that has seasonal changes, it's going to cause a lot of problems to farmers that are sectioned off to only one place, and they're going to make the land barren just trying to make a living. The ocean is a great example of these issues. This leads us to communal ownership. This means that people can move around as the seasons changes so that they can get the best pasture land and not be overusing it. The difference between open access and communal ownership is that only people in a certain community can use this piece of land, and so that means that the excludability is taken care of, but the cooperation not so much, because if one person adds on more, another person, and they're just going to start competing again, and the land's just going to go barren. And we are yet again stuck with the tragedy of the commons.